Hey everybody, Martin Williams here. What I care about the most is you being in the position to control your own life. It's your life. It's not anyone else's. You're responsible for it, and you will give an account for it. If you accept your life for what it is, then you can lead yourself. So right now, I want to talk to you about this thing you're not exempt from, and that's disciplining yourself. That's what I said. Discipline is really about saying, this is who I am, this is what I'm responsible for, this is the outcome, I need to do this again, or I need to correct some things. That's discipline. When we talk about discipline, we're not talking about beating yourself or someone else over the head. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about a horrible experience. This is not abuse. This is not putting yourself in a chokehold or hitting yourself with a ruler once you make a mistake. That is not what I mean. I'm saying you need self-control. Control doesn't come from outside. I want to tell you this story right up front. When I was a younger man, I was in this group of other men. There were about 20 of us in this group. Some older than me, some about my age, but very few younger than me. And we set up this word called accountability groups. Accountability groups, right? So this accountability group, I had an accountability partner. And his job was to hold me accountable for doing some of our goals for that week. Waking up, praying, meditating, saving some cash, or whatever I needed to do for school. Now, one day we were on our accountability call. We did this once a week. We're on our accountability call, and I was noticing that there were some things that I was doing that he wasn't doing. And he said to me, you need to hold me accountable. And in that moment, I'll be honest with you, I felt powerless. And I said to him, how do I do that? How do I hold you accountable? I struggled with it. I never joined another accountability group, right? I never did. You know why I didn't? Because it's impossible for me to hold anyone accountable. I'm not with them every day. I don't go where they go. I don't know what they eat. I'm not in control of what they think. I'm not in control of what they watch on TV. I'm not in control of their social media. I don't have the ability to hold anyone else accountable. And then I had to admit, there were some things I wasn't doing either. He can't hold me accountable. I don't even have to tell him what I'm not doing. You don't even have to tell people what you're not doing. They won't know, because accountability is not an outside job. Accountability only happens when you determine to discipline yourself. You are the only one that can say, I had a goal, I didn't do it. I made myself a promise and I did not do it. Me. Nobody kept me from doing it. Bob didn't pick me up and I went golfing instead of reading a book. I can't blame that on Bob. He didn't know I was supposed to read a book. That's my job. My job is to discipline myself and say, Martin, you didn't give yourself your best. You were supposed to do this morning and you didn't. Now let's see, is this the right thing to do, Martin? Or do you need to reroute yourself? Reroute how you think. Am I making sense? Once I am in charge of disciplining myself, I'm going to be harder on myself than anybody else will be. And I don't mean hard. Don't get into self-mutilation. Don't get into self-put-down. Don't get into self-beating yourself up. That is not what this means. It's simply saying, this is what I was supposed to do and I didn't get it done. Let me see if I can fix this. What do I need to move? What caused me not to get this done? Because this is very important to me that I get this done for myself, right? So accountability and discipline is an inside job. Once a coach teaches you what to do with the ball, practice is over in 2 hours. Now you got to go somewhere else and discipline yourself to learn it. Once a financial coach teaches you a principle, you're responsible for disciplining yourself to go read the right books, the right YouTubes, do the right work, know your numbers, right? You got to study for yourself. And when you don't get that done, he's not going to know. She's not going to know you didn't do it. So you got to come back to yourself and say, this is what's my goal. This is what I was supposed to do. I am responsible to myself. Martin, let's get this right. You get what I'm saying? So that pressure only really works when it's inside you. It doesn't work when it's really outside of you. Am I making sense? So discipline is the key to your success. The key to your success is not the books you read. The key to your success is not listening to guys like me. The key to your success is really how do you keep yourself on track? How do you keep moving in the right direction? Your success will be because you're able to tell yourself, these are the areas I need to take control over, and take control over them. And then call yourself to task. That's right, call yourself to task. Send yourself a note and say, I did not get that done. Send yourself something that says, I am disciplining myself. No one else is in charge of this. That's why sports like running and sports like wrestling and sports like wrestling, all these kind of sports where you're in track, you may not be on a team, you're just running your single event. This is what discipline is. I know that when I'm at a track meet, I ran college track. When I'm at a track meet, when I run the 220, it was 220 yards back then, not 200 meters. When I run the 220, I know my score is important to me, but it's also important to the team. That score goes into a team score and we could win the whole meet. Am I comfortable winning my event? And I want to be honest with you. This is what I'm saying. I am very comfortable with winning my event. I'm very comfortable with doing the best in my event. To do that, I practice other times where there is no practice. Nobody is around. Nobody is there. I've got to practice my turns. I've got to practice my coming out of the blocks. I got to practice how I do everything because it's my race. I have to stay disciplined. Coaches don't make you disciplined. Financial coaches don't make, your mama cannot make you disciplined. Your daddy cannot make you disciplined. Why? Because they're not with you all day. They're not inside your head. They don't know what you think. They can't make you. They might make you clean your room, but if they're not around, would you clean your room? If your mentor's not around, would you do something because it's an inside job, or are you doing it just for them, right? You never do it for people. You do it for yourself. They get to enjoy the outcome of your own personal discipline, your own personal physical hygiene. We're like, wow, he looks great today. That's a discipline you do in the room by yourself. When you read and now you're intelligent and now you can be a part of a conversation that's real, it's because you decided to learn off time. You put your life into something. These guys are in this room with all this equipment making me look good, right? But what did they do before they got here? They didn't show up this morning and set up some cameras and some lights. They have been learning. They've been learning on their job. They've been learning in school. They've been playing with stuff at home. They've been working. They've been reading books. They've been looking at YouTubes. They are ready for this. But they never get ready if someone's pointing at them and telling them to get ready. It has to come from the inside, and you are no different. You're not exempt from this. You've got to get up, make some decisions, and decide, I'm going to discipline myself. I'm going to be here. Let me tell you this. There was a man in my favorite book. There's a man in my favorite book, the Bible. And when he was being taught, these words were said to him: a man without self-control, is like a city with no walls. If he can't control himself, everybody can come in and control him. Everybody can come in and discipline him. And I'm gonna tell you something right now about this world that we live in. If you don't take control of your own discipline, someone else will. And they'll teach you that the key to your success is making them successful, which is never the key. You can't live there long if your only goal is to help others be successful. You have to be successful first, right? Don't be a city without walls. Don't be a city where everybody else can tell you how to discipline yourself, how you need to correct yourself, what you need to work on. You need to work on this. I get it. I have a job. I love my job. I love working with people. I love working with the church I'm with. I love working with the other companies that I own. I love that, but it fits inside my discipline. So when other people say you work for someone, I say yes, but in my mind, I know I work with them. I work with them because if I decide that that discipline doesn't fit me anymore, that's when I change. Am I making any sense to you? This needs to make sense, my friend. As we end this series about You're Not Exempt, these 4 things I taught you, you've got to pay attention to them. And now, make decisions. Hold yourself accountable because no one outside of you is responsible for that. You have to do it. Build some walls around your life so that enemies can't just come in and steal from you. Control your own life. Now, these concepts, again, they fit inside of how the universe works, how the kingdoms are set up, how everything was built by the only creator from the beginning. These are all original thoughts. But sometimes they can hit you in the face as I'm in this particular studio built just to talk to you face to face, right? It's just me and you. We're not live on Instagram or Facebook. You are just tuning into this. And for me, it doesn't matter whether it's 1 or 1 million, because changing one person's life with this video could be astronomical in the scope of influencing the world. That's what I see. I understand it that way. So just me and you right here, right now. Am I making sense? So you breathe this in. Oh, you know what, Martin? That's a lot. That's a lot, but I get it. This is the truth. This is the truth about my life. I need to hold myself accountable. I need to practice self-control. I'm not exempt from disciplining my own life. Well, I'm Martin Williams, and all I really want in life is just to help other people control their own life. Later.